So, what happens to the generations of the Walking Dead that have been born after the apocalypse started? And what could this new series look like? Let's get into that in a minute. Before we begin, my name is Elroy. This is my world. If you were unaware, please click that like button down below. Hit the subscribe button if you're signing in for the first time, and that notification bell as well. And after we're done, leave some comments down below. If you hated the video, you liked the video, you thought I waffled on way too damn long, do that. I'm very keen always to hear what you guys have to say. But let's get into this. Now, there is a new Walking Dead series that has been in development. It's basically going to be a female-led Walking Dead TV show, which I'm just going to get behind this already. I know that the series has been sort of dwindling in numbers and it's hit all-time lows lately with the season 9 finale and stuff like that, but I think that this idea could be great. I'm just going to stand up. I'm not one of those social justice warriors trying to be like, yeah, let's women everything. No, but I really think that this show could be great in its own right, just because of this premise of the generations who were born after the apocalypse started. It's just an amazing idea just to see what these kind of people would grow up with, the ideas that they have. And look, there's a few things that we've been seeing throughout the series so far in terms of kids that have been grown up within this, but they were born before the apocalypse happened. You have Carl, who basically, when the prison was under attack, he shot this kid in cold blood. I think that happened in the end of season 3 somewhere, but he basically this kid was giving up, and Carl just unloaded on this guy and murdered him with no worry at all. Then we also obviously have Lizzie in season 4, who killed her sister because she thought that the zombies, they were people as well. And basically she did this in cold blood. Now that's kids that were born before the apocalypse started. So this show, with this premise of being about children that were born after the apocalypse, has this really incredible flavor to it. I think could be an incredible show. I'm actually really keen to see what they do with this, just to see the first season. Apparently it's got a 10 episode set list so far for it, so that's going to be pretty epic to see. What I would really enjoy seeing is some seriously badass characters that are female badass characters. Now, in The Walking Dead, obviously one of the greatest character developments that I have seen in this whole show is Carol. Everyone always talks about how Carol went from this beaten and battered housewife, and now she's pretty much just the zombie killing badass that you see today. And that's the kind of thing that you just get after having so many years of this show. You see that people have had to adapt to this environment. So the thing that I'm hoping for is that they create these incredible female characters, female-led characters who are just badass for being badass. They're not just badass because they're women, they're badass because they're badass. We have characters through film for, decades ago. We had, the two people that I always focus on because they are badass female characters, because they are badass female characters, not because they are female characters. Linda Hamilton's Sarah Connor, in Terminator 2 especially, where she is just brilliant as this militarized woman who just knows she needs to handle her shit, and that's how it is. That's one of the greatest incarnations of a badass female character that I have seen in cinema. And actually, I love it. And I think that there are a lot of characters nowadays, especially, but this is one of these role models who I think, damn, Sarah Connor, Terminator 2, female badass at its pinnacle. And then you have Ripley in Alien and Aliens, right? Just complete. Sigourney Weaver destroys that role as this woman who's in charge. She knows what's going on, and she's the one that you need to look at. She's these are the two models that we have for women that are badasses, not because, I'm a victim, I'm a woman, and no offense to anybody there, by the way, but they're badasses because they know that they're in charge, that they're the ones. And this is what I'm hoping for, by the way, that we get in this new Walking Dead series. I think, and this is why I'm way behind. I'm behind this on this show coming out, because I think that it could be incredible. Just a great look at the psyche of people who are born after The Walking Dead basically started. Again, an epic thing. We can have a psychoanalysis of how people grow up in a world where rules are completely different to what they would be in our world, obviously. The other thing that I've noticed, and it's a big thing for me personally, I noticed that we have male. Basically, the villains have been male, right? We've had except for the latest one, which is Alpha, our villains have all been male. We have the governor, then we have Well, then we have Negan. These are the two biggest villains. Let's be honest, right? So these guys, don't get me wrong, they're great villains. I love the Governor's arc, and I love Negan's arc, and the fact that it's still going is incredible as well. But what I'm really keen to see, like the fact that we have Alpha is awesome, but I want to see someone who doesn't wear skin as a villain. That's a female villain that has this different way. I'd love to see their idea about what they would do with females who are basically just large and in charge, essentially. And this is something that I'm keen to see, how they go about that. The other thing that I'm very curious to see is, with this show, I think that they have the potential to make it in a more Game of Thrones-esque, with one of those feels where you can have several different characters in several different places, several different storylines going on. I think that would really capture this idea of some characters that live in a settlement and some characters that are on the road. I would be very, very keen to see if they could pull that off, and I feel like they really can, just to see how the story could develop where people are on the road and with people that are in settlements, see people that are trying to take over. I'm very curious to see where they can go with this show. Again, the biggest point that I really want to make, just in terms of this one, is that I want these characters, if it's a female-led show, I have no problem with that, right? Female-led show, go for your life, it's fine. But what I really want, and I'm gonna try and be as straightforward with this as I possibly can be, is that I want these female characters just to be strong female characters in their own right. I don't want them to be basically strong just because they're women. I want them to be strong because that's how they've had to survive. And I would love to see a role reversal of men who are under them. That would be interesting as well, right? Just to see this reverse psychology kind of scenario. Or maybe it'll be a form of equality. Who knows what's going to happen with that? I'm very curious just to see how that works. But look, I'm going to leave you all with this one, is that I am actually incredibly excited to see what they do with this show. Season 9 has just finished. I have not watched the last 8 episodes just yet, but I'm very keen to watch those as well. That's pretty much me for today, guys. If you have any comments down below, you think I'm being an idiot, you think I'm stupid, you think the series is going to fail hard, comment down below. Very curious, very keen to see what the go is and what your opinions are. Again, if this is your first time signing on, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoy the sound of my voice, which I kind of hope you do, hit that notification bell and you'll be informed of whenever I post up one of these wonderful videos. Anyways, guys, that is me for today. Have a great one. I will see you in the next one. Bye.